Or your American Public Transportation recommended practice: heating, ventilation, air conditioning, periodic inspection, maintenance. All right, contents: frequency of conduct, requirements, specific data, materials, tools, safety, personnel, protective equipment, training requirements, inspection, maintenance, and correction deficiencies. And all right, introduction. This is not part of the APTA RTVIM RP00402 first revision of June 28, 2013 standard heating, ventilation, air conditioning, periodic maintenance, and inspection maintenance. Recommended practice of the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, periodic inspection maintenance for the rail transit vehicle to represent the component viewpoint of these parts of concern, namely transit operating planning agency, manufacturer consolidation, engineers general with the interest group of the application, any standard with the practice of the guidelines contained herein, purely voluntarily in case of the federal or state regulation government portion of the rail transit supplement operation. Those give the government regulation trade presidency of the recommended practice of the APTA recommended with the certain application standard practice implemented with the individual rail transit systems may be either more or less restrictive than given in this document. The standard intended for the RTS personnel maintenance inspection procedure of the rail transit door system, such each rail transit rail car with more different, but the procedure step of the described document necessarily applied nor required for the RTS maintenance inspection procedure. The APTA recommended you for the standard to provide individual organization operate rail transit system, individual organization contract use of the floor, other operation rail transit system, individual organization influence how rail transit systems are operated, but not included, but limited constellation designers and contractors. All right, your heating, ventilation, air conditioning, periodic inspection, maintenance. 1. Frequency of the conduct. Periodic inspection, maintenance of the HVAC systems should be performed regularly, scheduled within intervals to determine the rail transit frequency. Any contained thereby periodic maintenance inspection should comply with the applicable federal, state law regulations for in contact with the rail transit system. Periodic inspection maintenance program frequency for individual tasks may be established based on the number of additional factors, but not limited to operating equipment maintenance, operating equipment manufacturer recommended intervals, industrial experience, operating environmental conditions, historical data, performance requirements, failure analysis, rail transit system testing, and experience, reliability centered maintenance requirements and specific tasks. Now, no, release of the refrigerant into the atmosphere is illegal. All personnel conducting, repairing, recovering, evacuating HVAC systems must possess an EPA certification in accordance with Section 608 Clean Air Act 1990 as amended. Warning, only trained qualified personnel should work with a HVAC system, high voltage, high pressure, rotating equipment, chemical hazards for the extreme temperature for the present and cause serious personal injury. All precautions mandated of the rail transit system, federal, state, local regulatory agencies, including wearing personal protective equipment, must be followed. Warning, compressed air used in cleaning must reduce less than 30 psi according to the OSHA Title 29 CFR 1910 242B. Use only cleaning proper lubricants provided safe and authorized for use by the rail transit system. Consult original equipment manufacturer material safety data sheet references suitable for each application. Prevent personal injury or damage of the equipment. Part 2.1 Material. The following materials are not required for the inspection maintenance of the HVAC system. What was the O? The O is your original equipment manufacturer, rail transit system managers, including schematics and diagrams, cleaning solution, lubrication as required by the original equipment manufacturer, required version specified by the original equipment manufacturer, compressed air, filter dryer specified by the equipment the operating original equipment manufacturer. Alright, 2.2. The following tools are typically required for the inspection of the HVAC, inspection maintenance, HVAC testing, recovery evacuation unit recovery cylinders, refrigeration surface gauge, vacuum pumps, mechanical toolbox, special tools, voltmeter, electronic, ultrasonic, ultraviolet leak detector, other leak detection, identification devices, airflow hood, anemometer, and other velocities, volume measuring devices, portable test unit, scale, weight, you can quantify, refrigerator, and its recovered, and temperature measuring devices. Note, tools marked with the asterisk require periodic calibration as specified by the rail transit system practices. 2.3. Safety system, safety personnel protective equipment. Appropriate personnel protective equipment immediately ANSI standing with those required with the rail transit system should be worn at all times of performance of these inspection maintenance tasks. 2.4. Training requirements. Rail transit systems and other maintenance contracts should develop the execute training programs that provide employee with the knowledge and skill necessary to safely and efficiently Perform the tasks outlined and recommended practice of these programs shall include, but not limited to, the fundamentals of refrigeration on star car system operation, description, location, operation, function, each line receptacle unit, system evacuation, dehydrating system, pumping down and charging principle, HVAC control, safety device and lockouts, HVAC, mechanical, electrical, schematics, preventative and maintenance and troubleshooting system calibration. Corrective maintenance and maintenance operations, safety hazards, EPA 608 certification of training. 251 Inspection Maintenance. The following suggested inspection maintenance procedures intended with the conjunction with the original equipment manufacturer recommended inspection maintenance procedure in the event of conflicting between the recommended practice with the manufacturer recommendation. The manufacturer recommendation should prevail. 251 System de-energization inspection. Microprocessor fault data log vehicle maintenance history files should be available to review before work begins. Diagnostic information. Pinpoint components with repeatedly failing, perhaps intermittently troublesome components are identified and receive more detailed inspection functional checks. 2511 General Mechanic Inspection. Inspect housing latch and fasteners for the damage, security, replace, and repair was required. Inspect housing shields, integrity, air bypass. Inspect housing panel structure for the corrosion. Inspect fresh air return, air filters, louvers, grills, clean replacers accordance with the original equipment manufacturer instruction, rail transit system requirements. Inspect all mechanical mounting components for the damage and security. 2512 compressor. For opening drive of the compressor, check with the driver motor coupling the security, proper alignment with excessive wear and play, verify oil level in accordance with the original equipment manufacturer procedure. For opening drive of the compressor, check with the compressor shaft seal with a refrigerator leak, replace leakage exceeds original equipment manufacturer recommendations. Check refrigeration leakage of the compressor fittings and gasket seals. Refer to APTA recommended practice, APTA RPVIM 01002 electrical motor periodic inspection maintenance for the motor inspection. Extract oil sample where possible, acid test for proper color and acid content. Alright, 2513 piping. Inspect piping with the dirty oil areas, clean those areas with the use of the leak detector, check for the leaks or repairs required. Check indicator filter dryer with the replace dryer as indicated with the moisture in the system. Clean all drain pans, drain pipe, nozzles, inspect for leaks and repairs as necessary. Ensure all drains for the free running. Check for the condition, vibration, eliminating pipe. Ensure escaping expansion valve sensing bulbs are in correct location. Film contact with the evaporator discharge line possible without removing insulation. Check integrity, proper insulation piping installation. Alright, 251, condensers, evaporators. Clean the condenser evaporator coil fins with the compressor air according with the Title 29 CFR 1910-242B with the use of the appropriate cleaning solution. Desired effectiveness of the cleaning can be measured with the function, pressure drop across the condenser, rail transit system experience, or the original equipment manufacturer recommendations can establish the appropriate level to inspect the damaged fins and coil, the evidence for the leaking, repair, per original equipment manufacturer instruction. Clean and inspect all fan blades. Check if the fan rotates freely without obvious bearing noise. Clean evaporating drain pans and drain lines. Electrical. Inspect wiring with the shafting of the damage of the tightening and a loose connection, and inspect fusible link with the continuity of the damage. Verify operative the evaporator airflow switch device if applicable. To inspect all motor communicator brush and brush holders. Replace with the necessary lubricated motors if required. If the heater is checked with the resistance test, verify the resistance value. Check with the properly rated fuses for the install of the heating system. Verify the heating resistant element mounting and the insulator with the hardware properly installed with not damage. Inspect all contactor coil for cleanness, integrity. Perform insulator resistance test on the high voltage circuit. Inspect contactor tips and the sign of the arcing. For APTA recommended practice, APTA RTRP VIM 01002 electric motor periodic inspection maintenance for motor inspection. Alright, 2452 system energized functional testing. 2521 control with verify that the correct controller software version installed. Verify that the operation with the controller used for the operational test. Verify that the appropriate control modes. Where hard logic is used, check contactor operation. 2522 refrigerator circuit operation. Perform operational functional check with the HVAC system with the monitoring gauge of pressure versus the vehicle temperature to determine the acceptable operation. This procedure is done with the cycling of the HVAC unit with the various cooling modes and stimulating ambient in-car temperatures through the use of the computer or other portable test unit. Verify that the airflow is sufficient. Check with the refrigeration level of the receiver, the sight glass, if the unit is so equipped with the proper condensing flow. Verify proper down reciprocating compressor system system. Verify superheating evaporator suction line if equipped with adjustable thermostatic thermal expansion valves. Where no flash gauge gases, bulbs, and liquid line sight glasses if unit is so equipped. No flash gauges may be indicative of a low refrigerated charge or piping restriction. Check proper pressure with switch operation as required. Inspect the icing along the suction line, thermal expansion valves, and evaporator. Alright, 2523. Verify all heaters operational. Air heating or air is required. This may be done with a check for the heater resistance when not operating. Check for the power consumption for the operation by check for the temperature near the heater. Check resistance to the ground. Verify the heater contractor operation. 2524. Mechanical. Check excessive vibration for the noise while in operation. Compressor for the oil. Proper level of the form acid test is required. Check unloads for the proper setting in the operation, correcting the deficiency. Any deficiency uncovered during the inspection required. Section 251, 252 should be created and documented in accordance with the rail transit procedure, original equipment manufacturer recommendations. And then it goes into references, abbreviations, and summary of documentation. And that was your heating, ventilation, inspection, air conditioning, periodic maintenance, and inspection.